Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Oh, I can hear myself. Stop. I'm too tall. Please. I think that works. Christmas is... I can't move my hands around as much like this. Can I do it this way? Oh! Christmas is gone and holidays are over. New setup, new camera, new microphone setup, same microphone. You can't see it, but now I have 3 lamps instead of 1. Good afternoon, my name is Angela and you are watching the Rewire Society channel. So bouncy. Today I would like to talk about beginning my journey as a National Young Woman of Distinction. Yeah, that was interesting. My reaction to first being named getting the national title, if you haven't seen any of the other videos, long story short, I was not in the best financial situation. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to pay for college. So after I finished my gold award, I was asked by my advisor if I wanted to submit it to the national level, and I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? I didn't really understand what it was exactly, and I kind of forgot about it that I had applied because it had been so long. And I was at work, and I got a call from this really sweet lady named Cammie. This is basically how that phone conversation went. Hello?
Hello, my name's Cammie. I wanted to be the first to congratulate you on being a National Young Woman of Distinction.
Why?
Why?
Why me?
I've never gotten that question before.
Can you just walk me through what that means?
Yes, of course. So you were chosen out of 188 other applicants, and you basically travel around the country for a year. It's a $15,000 scholarship. It's a lot, honey. Congrats. And
can I
yes, you can cry.
It was Niagara Falls from there, and I just kind of I was just dumbfounded the entire time. And then when I put the phone down, I was like calling everybody. I tried calling my mom first, but she didn't pick up, so I called Dad. Car wreck, didn't you? What? No, Dad, no. But he was all happy and excited, and I called my grandparents next, and they were all happy and excited. Called the other grandparents. She started crying. My grandmother started crying, and then I called my boyfriend, and he was all happy and excited. It was just happy all around. And then I finally got my mom to call me back, and I was still just emotional and Mom.
Who beat you up? Who do I need to?
No. When any parent gets a call from their kid and they're in tears, sobbing, crying, I guess they only assume the worst. But it was a big relief. It was I can go to college now. That was when I first found out. That was big. It was beginning of the summer in 2017 or sometime in the middle. The sucky part was that we couldn't say anything. We couldn't really tell anybody else about it on social media, and it was only our family could know. And I was really itching to adhere to my Facebook addiction and let the whole world know. For 3 months, we were not allowed to tell anybody else. It was torture. It was awful. It was one of my first duties as we call ourselves NYWOD because National Young Woman of Distinction is a bit of a mouthful, and as ridiculous as it sounds, we just say NYWOD. One of the first things we had to do was to travel to Ohio and film our individual interviews, our I don't know what you call them. It was just interviews with GSUSA that they were with Girl Scouts of America that they were gonna use as advertisement for the convention. I don't remember. I mean, I wrote a whole vlog about it. I'm actually gonna pull it up because I don't remember exactly. I filmed these videos so late because I'm busy and I just don't have time to record things when I should. And like the flight, I'm not very experienced with the flying thing. I'm terrified of heights. I get motion sick very easily. The whole journey up there was just I said vlog, I meant blog. I'm gonna pull up my blog because I was able to write, but like filming this whole filming thing is just oh yeah. All right, so okay, yeah, it's coming back to me. All right. The night before the flight, I did not eat dinner. That was a mistake because I was so sick and it was just a nightmare. My boyfriend was nice enough to take me at 3 in the morning to the airport. My parents had work in the morning and they were like, not a fan. So I show up at the airport at about 5 in my nice dress and heels because I wanted to look good. When I got off the plane, mistake! Like it was a mistake. My feet hurt. I wanted to throw up and I was half asleep. And it was 10 minutes until my flight when I realized that I was on the wrong side of the airport. And the Houston airport is a really big airport. Off come the heels. I'm sprinting down the airport just and all these people are just like I guess the security guys were just used to it. They're just like, morning. It's another day. I get to the airplane to my gate and they're like they just called my zone when I walked up. They weren't calling my zone, I'm sorry. They were boarding the plane. So I like ran over to this little cafe looking thing just to get some fruit, to get some food in my system because I was feeling so sick. I can't not have dinner. There were so many mistakes. So I got on the plane and not like 10-15 minutes later I'm in the bathroom throwing up. I don't have that much experience flying on airplanes. I didn't know that there were motion sickness bags that they have for that scenario. I just went to the bathroom. It's so humiliating. It's so humiliating. I went into the bathroom and there's my breakfast just there. I felt so bad. I went to the flight attendant and I was like, I'm sorry, I threw up in the bathroom. So the flight attendant locked the bathroom and this guy was waiting to use the bathroom and it was a small plane so there's only one bathroom and I felt so bad and the guy just looked at me like, why couldn't you hold it in? Why can't you hold it in? It was so awkward and I didn't say that, of course, but I was just like, sorry. So many mistakes, just so many mistakes. So I was still hungry, I was still feeling sick, my feet were all blistered and hurt, and it was all my fault. I landed in Georgia in Atlanta, and I'm starving, but I know that if I eat, I'm just gonna throw up again. So I had those little Biscoff cookie like cracker things that I was nibbling on, but I was hungry and I wanted something else, but I knew I was gonna throw up again if I did it. I was feeling so sick, and then literally like it's 10 minutes to board, and the sirens start going off in the airport, and there's some lady's voice over the intercom like,
alert, security alert, watch your items, and
we're all sitting there like I was just like, this is it, this is how I die, that's it. And then all these carts and police start driving in the aisle in front of me, and they pull this guy up next to me, like not next to me, but like several chairs down the row, pulls him up to his feet, and they drive off with him. and all of us were in there like, that just happened, and I'm just in there like, I want to throw up. Like I didn't know this at the time, but one of the other NYWOD were there. Devika was there because she's from Austin, Texas, so we had the same checkpoint to go to Ohio, and that was kind of cool. That because we both landed in Ohio, and we were like, oh, hello.
So we land in Ohio. No, something else happened on the plane. Something else weird happened on the plane.
Oh, okay. So I'm feeling awful, and I finally find a stack of like of the motion sickness bags in the bathroom, and I took 6 down in the chair, and the guy next to me was like, I think he was a little nervous. So we finally landed in Ohio. It was just a whirlwind from start to finish. I got to meet my chaperones. They were all just nice people, and I got to meet Cammy. Cammy is like, if you've ever seen the Hunger Games, Cammy is our Effie. She's the one who's like, you go here, interview with this person, announces us, and basically, thinking about the whole thing, it is like the Hunger Games, because like we're all from all over the country, representing our states or councils, and I mean, we're not trying to fight each other to the death or anything, but other than that, it's kind of the same thing with the whatever. So yeah, we had to do the interview, and I got to meet the other NYWOD, and they were also like nice and talented, and their projects were just like amazing. I mean, I know I could use like a spoonful of my own medicine, but like that kind of insecurity of like, why am I here, kind of started settling in. It was inspiring to be around them and to get to know them. Okay, the other thing about that in Ohio was that like we got to stay in these really nice hotels, and I have never, like, I laid down in the bed, and I was tearing up. Like I cried because the bed was so comfortable. I'd never slept on a bed that comfortable before in my life. It was so comfy. So we did our interviews, we did our video shoots, we went to this fancy dinner with the CEO of the Girl Scouts of Columbus, and she gave us patches and stuff, and that was nice. And Cammy kind of got this like nickname of Mama Cammy, because that's what she turned into over the course of 2 days. It was just like, this is what she did. And Cammy, it was Cammy's from New York, and it was a different cultural interaction that I had to get used to. Like as a Southerner Texan, I was kind of taken aback by Cammy at first. Just like not in a bad way. It was just, I had to get used to it, of just a bit of a culture clash. Like in Texas, as a Southerner, you know, we're like, when we talk to each other, it's like we take our time talking to each other, like, how are you, how's it going, and we talk about each other's family, and but before we get down to any point of business, it's like we start off slow, then we get to the point, and then it's like, all right, goodbye, and you know, I noticed like the girls from the north like understood Cammy's mannerisms. I thought it was like she didn't like me or something at first, but I think I get it now, that for Cammy it's get to the point, let's go, and we're done. Like it's like she for example, she was like, we were talking to her just casually sitting on some couches and stuff, and I don't remember what we were talking about, but Cammy was like, yeah, like, oh yeah, happy, and then her phone started ringing, and it's like, yes. It was, oh. We were like, oh. I wasn't used to it, and it was like when I approached her, it was like, yes, like get to the point, like we're not here to dilly dally, you know, and like it wasn't mean, it was just something I wasn't used to, and I was like, oh. Yeah, that was fun, and we on the flight home was much better, because I was actually with I was with some of the girls in our stop to Michigan, and Michigan, the airport had like trains like on the second floor above me, and I could like watch them like drive by. That was so cool. And there was a tunnel that like I love like super surreal art stuff, and there's a tunnel at the Michigan airport. It's like the tunnel's all like rainbowy and lit up, and there's like super like serene music, and you just like walk through, like it's just like you're walking through an aurora borealis, and it was magical. I was like, wow. It's time to say our goodbyes, and I took a lot of pictures of Rajvi while she was sleeping. She was so sleepy. Rajvi was so sleepy. And then it was time to fly home, and I got home at like 10 or 11. Mom and Dad picked me up, and I didn't tell them anything about the trip. I passed out. I was so tired. The whole thing was just a whirlwind from start to finish. But we all had to prepare and get ready for convention and write speeches, and convention is a whole nother story.